I'm not gonna lie, I thought love meant extending your hand until your arm ached. I thought worthiness meant being needed, but eventually I started to feel invisible in my own life, which kind of sucks, but it's, reality. In this case, I'm not trying to solve a mystery, I'm trying to understand the rhythm of giving and receiving. The guilt that shows up when it's your turn to take, the voice that whispers, you don't deserve to rest. This is a case of me learning to stop reaching for others and start returning to myself. I wasn't letting myself receive. I had built this identity around being strong, the giver, the one who holds it all together. And deep down, I felt guilty anytime someone tried to do something for me. Like I had to earn it, or like I had to prove myself worthy, like rest had to be deserved, like love had to be proven to me. And when you live like that, when you're so open to giving but so close to receiving, you block your own blessings. And I realized that about myself. The very things I've been praying for, I pushed away because receiving felt so unfamiliar, unsafe, or selfish, because I felt like I wasn't deserving of it. But let's be honest, overgiving isn't always generosity. Sometimes it's wounding. Sometimes it's a pattern we carry from childhood where we lacked love, validation, or sometimes support. So now we overgive to make sure no one else feels what we felt because we want to be what we didn't have, what we needed. And in that process, we forget to need ourselves. That's why this work takes time. It takes inner healing, it takes reconnecting with your body and your nervous system so you can feel safe to receive. It takes accountability as well, which a lot of us do lack, but that's okay because we're getting there. It takes learning to be seen without performance, and that's not easy, but it's worth it. You can't exhale forever and expect to survive. You can't pour into others while constantly starving your own soul. Giving and receiving are sacred exchanges. One opens the heart, and one other keeps it full. Because giving and receiving are not opposites. They are not this or that. They are not a trade off or a scoreboard. It is not giving versus receiving or giving or receiving. They are one rhythm, one breath, giving and receiving. We talk about giving and receiving like they're opposites, like it's either give or take. But the truth is, they're not in conflict. They're partners. They move together like inhale and exhale. They need each other. Giving is the offering. It's the act of saying, here, I made this for you. I see you. I love you. I care for you. It's love in motion. But receiving is the opening. It's the softness that says, I deserve to be poured into as well. It's the heart stretched wide, saying, I trust this love enough to let it land. And if we only ever offer, but we never open, we stop the flow. We disconnect from the full circle, and then we wonder why we feel dry, burnt out, and sometimes even unseen. But when we honor both, when we give and we receive with intention, with joy and clarity, we stay in rhythm with life itself. So I want you to ask yourself, and ask yourself honestly, is it that no one does anything for you, or do you not allow them to? Start noticing the small ways you block the flow in your own blessings. Let yourself receive, let yourself be held, let love land, let care come in, and let it feel good and feel safe. Because you weren't meant to prove yourself through exhaustion. You weren't meant to only give and never receive. You weren't meant to hold it all on your own. You were meant to flow.